Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. Today I'm going to discuss with you a situation, and I have already had this conversation with a couple of people already today because I was blown away by a conversation that I had with a gentleman here in this area who owns Nice Badge. You can find them over at nicebadge.com. They produce badges and many other things, including partitions. These see-through partitions that you see at banks and other places where nowadays during COVID-19, got to have things like that up. And they produce all these different things for businesses, and it's very much a business to business concept of a business that they have there. That sounds. I'm sorry, my words aren't coming out perfectly tonight. Well, hopefully as I get rolling, it'll come out better. But I spoke with his. If I mentioned his name, Lowell Gibson is his name, and had a great interview with him. Had a fabulous conversation, and he recounted a story that I thought was so cool. I'd go over it with you now, but I'd rather have him tell it another time for you. But the point of the story is that, are you willing to do whatever it takes to get something done? And it's one of those qualities that you don't find very often. You certainly don't find it in employees, and you don't find it very often in even in business owners. And when you don't see that, you know that it's only a matter of time before they're not going to make it, before everything just falls apart. And I'm trying to remember the situation he talked. Well, I'll tell you the gist of it. He said that there's three things that you got to make sure that you're covering right off the bat, and that's that it's legal, it's ethical, and it's moral. That what you're doing, what your company is about, everything that you're going for, you got to cover those bases. If you don't have those covered, you're going to get bitten. Whether you believe in morality or not, it'll get you in the end. Okay, one way or the other. If it isn't legal, if it isn't moral, if it isn't ethical, and those things bleed into each other here and there, if you're not covering those bases, you're probably going to end up in some trouble eventually. So you got to make sure those are covered. But after those, as long as you're doing that and you make sure that that's priority, then you got a whole bunch of room to move in. And it really comes down to focusing and doing whatever it takes to get the job done. And he was discussing a very particular situation in which he really needed to be able to continue a relationship, a business relationship with somebody who he had a long-term business relationship with, and it was very dependent on the entire business was dependent on it. I'm not sure if he'd want me to recount all the details, but talked about traveling a long distance and doing everything he could to get in front of the right people to get the job done, and he did it. And it's that determination. I heard Frank Kern talking about it recently. It's that he said something to the extent of just dog, just dogged determination. Just that idea that you won't quit. That it's pig-headed, absolutely, but you have to have that in order to really survive and thrive in business. And so if you're a business owner or executive and you understand that, if you really understand that, and you have a tough time finding other people that really get that, I feel your pain. I know what that's like. And it's tough to find other people of similar ilk that can discuss things and everything else. In the future, I'm going to be offering some mastermind courses and possibly some group coaching of business owners where we all get together and be able to help each other out. And we'll be offering that in the future. Right now, we're not doing that. But if you check the website, brianjpombo.com, right now you can check out the Amazon Proof Strategy Session, which is a strategy session where I talk with you on the phone or on video chat, and we just go over basically your plan from here on to the next year or the next 5 years, and what is your plan in order to overcome your competition. Because there's a way that you become Amazon proof, and that's a term that I came up with to explain the process of being so resistant to competition that even Amazon.com can't stop you, which Amazon.com tends to be the boogeyman of many e-commerce websites out there. So if you're looking to do that for your business, go check out brianjpombo.com/Amazon. That's the Amazon Proof Strategy session. There you'll find an application. Fill out the application. If you qualify, we'll be calling you and setting up a time and place to be able to talk. So that's all we got for tonight. I'll be back here tomorrow night with another concept, either a principle, a strategy, or a tactic that you can use directly in your business. Hey, you have a great night. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.